So hello gamers and welcome back to another video. Yes, the MG42 is back in the game. Is this necessarily going to be added to the game? Not necessarily, but I think there might be a chance that this does get added to the game, and we'll talk about it in just a second. But yeah, we got to talk about the MG3 KWS test first because of a recent video I made. A lot of people are not liking this recent change to the MG3K. Basically gives it a lot more recoil, but higher damage, velocity, and better range. And you're probably like, oh, people think it's not good enough. Well, honestly, maybe it's still too good. Yeah, it's crazy, but this gun is still insanely powerful. It is so incredibly slow now, but the MG3 KWS is still an amazing gun because they buffed the damage from 38 to 40 in close range and from 23 to 24 in long range, which basically makes it a very easy 4-hit kill all ranges with one headshot. Of course, it's not a very easy 4-hit kill because it has a lot of recoil, but yeah, this gun, it's terrible in terms of aiming, but they made it pretty accurate. You might be thinking, okay, well, that's not very accurate. Well, honestly, for close range purposes, this is still going to be amazing because this gun does 40 damage, but it has 1000 RPM and 50 rounds. This gun is going to be so good for close range. It already was, and now it's going to be technically better in terms of damage per second. Not necessarily hits to kill, but it's still going to be good, you know? Yeah, so I was talking to Spirals on his stream, and we actually found possibly a better way to run the MG3, the new MG3. Because if you run sideways grip in DCL, the recoil goes very far to the left, but it actually has way better accuracy. And honestly, this makes it really still pretty solid or even medium to longer ranges, which is crazy. And this is honestly way too good, you know? Like, look at that. This makes the MG3 once again an absolute monster, and they probably should change this. And I think what they should do is either one of two things, you know? First off, remove sideways grip from the gun. Secondly, change the recoil again. Third off, nerf the sideways grip. I think the sideways grip is just too good in this game anyway. It's super, super meta, but maybe not. It's just going to be super, super good. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. But then we'll talk about, of course, the MG42 and one other new feature that's been added, which is pretty cool. Ooh, look at that. Even from that range, I'm still killing people in the suppression. Then we have the MG42 meme. This has 1200 RPM, so higher than the MG42, and it has a light bolt for 1500 RPM. It has recoil for sure, but it does 42 to 25, so more damage than the MG3, faster fire rate than the MG3, but I'm guessing it has more recoil and maybe a slower reload time. Before, it had a faster reload than the MG3, but the MG3 has a faster reload now than it did before. This gun has, like, honestly not bad recoil for the RPM and the damage. This thing is just insane. With like an alt-right setup, this thing can be crazy, right? I forgot it had this scope mount. That is terrible, dude. It has heavy bolt for 900 RPM. Honestly, probably not worth it. The recoil doesn't seem that much better with this. It is 42 damage at 900 RPM. The recoil is terrible. And honestly, just use like the AKS-74U with 7.62 because that does 43 and has 800 RPM and has way better recoil than this and a faster reload time and better handling and everything like that. But honestly, this seems pretty accurate. Obviously not like super accurate, of course, but recoil doesn't seem to be as big of an issue as you would probably expect initially. And this is not even like the best way to run it. This is just my like generic setup for making guns very accurate, which is delta sight compensator, stubby grip, and I don't even think I had a laser on this. But yeah, with this setup, basically any gun will be like significantly more accurate. It'll have basically all the horizontal recoil removed, not in this case, of course, because this has way too much, but my setup basically removes like 60% of horizontal recoil probably. Then we're gonna try out light bolt. So this has 1500 RPM. As you could probably tell, that's a lot of RPM. You know, that is the fastest automatic gun in the entire game, tied with the Tommy gun M1919 conversion and the Tech 9 for the fastest rate of fire, except this does significantly more damage than either of those. And the reload time is not even that bad. Like, it's bad, but it's not that bad. The recoil is pretty bad, but I wanted to try something that might make it a little bit better, which is sideways grip in DCL. Maybe Hera would be better. Okay, yeah, even that doesn't work. How about Hera? Okay, not DCL, I guess, unless you just didn't want to fire it for too long, which you could probably do that because, you know, it has 1500 RPM. Honestly, initial recoil, not bad. If you know how to control your sprays, might not even be bad at all. This is basically like a G11 at this point if you kind of think about it, because, like, you just fire it in burst, and it's not even that bad for that. Holy. Oh my gosh, this is good. It's so hard to balance these guns. People don't realize how broken they truly are because they fire so quickly and they do so much damage. So it's really difficult to get them to work. And with the new grips being so good, like sideways grip being so good, Hera being so good, there are ways to make every gun in the game like inhumanly accurate for what they should do. Before, for most of the guns like AK-47, like if it was super accurate when it didn't have attachments, it would be super accurate without attachments. And if the AK-47 was like super high recoil without attachments wouldn't make it that much better. Compensator, T-brake, all those attachments, they can really change how a gun will function and will be especially effective on certain types of recoil. And as you can see, it makes certain guns that shouldn't be this accurate, which is kind of annoying. It's either you nerf those attachments or you just remove them from all the guns. Should the MG42 have the DCL? I guess not. Should it have the whatever? But then we have the other feature I wanted to talk about, which is now you can actually see the top 3 players of a match. So now there's a leaderboard, which is super cool. I'm very excited for that to be in the main game. I don't think heavy bolt is the way to run this. Definitely light bolt or no bolt because, like, you know, you want the RPM, but it's pretty accurate for sure, you know? Ooh, look at that, dude. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Comment down below your opinions on this change and the new gun. Well, not the new gun, but the gun that might get added back. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day.